Well, if you do hear from him, can you have him call home? Miss Kluke asked. I will, definitely. After Miss Kluke ended the call, Wendy tried Paul's cell and got his voicemail. She went down the hall to Johnny's room. Hey, she said, ducking her head in. What's up? Where's Brian? She asked. Home, why? I'm sure it's nothing, but I'm a little worried about Paul. Why? His mother just called and said he never came home and he's not answering his phone. So? So what if he felt bad for ditching me and went back out? She watched as Johnny realized what she was getting at. Brian's probably getting reamed out for his truck. Johnny stood and grabbed a sweatshirt from the back of his door. Come on, he said, walking past her. She followed him down the hall. How will we get there? He grabbed a set of keys for his work van. Johnny went to the closet and came out with their dad's old rifle and a box of bullets. You're driving, he said. I'll be the firepower. I just hope to hell we don't need it. She caught the keys as he tossed them to her. And try not to hit anything. My boss will fire my ass. They headed out to the cabin. Brian stepped inside the darkened room, his movements like a sloth's, slow and methodical. Chances were good that his father was already passed out. The old man's Ford pickup was parked in the driveway, and Brian had checked the hood as he passed, found it was cold, so his father had been home for a while, if not all night. He placed his hands to the sheetrock wall and tiptoed his way into the kitchen. Navigating his way through the pitch black, Brian felt the weight of his old man slide away. His fingers found the handle to the refrigerator, and he opened the door, the dull light from within leaking out and revealing the remains of his father's case of Budweiser. The 30-pack held 4 more cans. Jesus. Brian reached in and pulled out 2 of the leftovers. His father never noticed when he drank so many. He placed 1 in each pocket of his sweatshirt, closed the door, and headed out of the room. What the fuck do you think you're doing? His father's deep voice froze the blood in his veins. Shit. Brian couldn't move. He couldn't see his father but knew where he was before the lighter flicked a cigarette to life in the corner of the room. His only hope was that he'd had too many beers to stand, but he doubted that. His father could drink the entire 30-pack and still stalk around the house ready to dish out punishment. He wasn't slurring his words yet either. Another bad omen. I just got back from Lucy Monteith's place. Me and Johnny were trying to get laid. The recliner creaked as the red cherry rose. Come over here, his father growled. He steeled himself for whatever the bear of a man might do next. Hand me one of them beers in your pocket. He handed the cold can over. His father popped the top. Go on and open the other one, his father said. Brian's hand paused on the can in his other pocket, unsure of where this was going. He'd drank a beer with his father only once before. The afternoon his dad set him down to tell him if he was gonna be out fucking girls, he'd damn well better not knock any of them up or he'd kill him. Such a loving father. I said open it, boy. Brian slipped the beer from his sweatshirt and cracked it open. Drink up, he said. Brian took 2 swallows, relishing the hops. He'd never been one of those kids, like Johnny even, that had to get used to the taste of beer. It was love at first gulp, a product of his father's genes, he was sure. They always said kids of alcoholics were more likely to follow in their parents' drunken footsteps. I hear right this afternoon? His father's tone was friendly enough, but there was an undertone of malice. The man excelled at luring you into his den of discipline, but this was a new tactic. Brian's wrought mind twisted between red alert and intrigue. What did you hear? He took another sip of the beer. Don't play with me, boy. He had no idea whether his father had heard about the damage to the truck or if he'd caught wind of the damn tickets his asshole buddy had written him. His old man wasn't going to say what he'd heard. This was one of his games. Brian would have to confess. He sensed a beatdown was coming regardless. Only the confession held the possibility of a lesser thrashing. Last night when me and Johnny and Wendy were out by the outlet road,